Last week we talked about everything that you can crochet for the Renaissance Festival, and this week we're crocheting everything you can make for the Renaissance Festival. Okay, well maybe not everything, but I am going to my first Ren Faire of the season in just a couple days, so we're going to see how much we can crochet for my outfit. Let's talk vision. I'm thinking that something like what I'm wearing is going to be my base layer, maybe even what I'm wearing. I think I'm going to be wearing this green shirt that's kind of giving like Tinkerbell vibes. I'm gonna wear my big classic brown skirt. I might wear a shawl like this one, or I might wear the little crochet shrug that I made for the last Renaissance Fair, but I want more layers and I want more crochet layers. In the last video, we talked about crocheting skirts for the Renaissance Fair, we talked about crocheting corsets for the Renaissance Fair, and we talked about crocheting these like bag belt things for the Renaissance Fair, and I'm wondering if I can do all three at once. I don't know if this is going to work, but I think that we're going to try it and see if we can make it work. If it works, it'll be so cool. Let's talk yarn. Okay, we've got this light green cotton yarn, we've got a bunch of random acrylic yarn, we've got this green, because y'all know this is like my favorite color ever. I love green. We've got some different multicolor yarns. We have this wool ease yarn that I think we're actually going to be using for the base of the corset, because this is the thickest and like sturdiest yarn that I have. And I actually don't even have a hook with me right now that is like big enough for this yarn, but I think that's a good thing, because I think we want the corset part of this belt skirt thing to be like the tightest knit thing. So I'm thinking first part of what I'm going to make is the actual corset belt thing. I think it's going to go about from here to here. I might end up putting like straps on it if it feels like it's going to be falling down, because remember, this is going to have bags on it, so it will be a little bit heavy. But I think I can crochet this like literally as like a corset. Basically do it from like here all the way around my waist to about here. And I think I can make it cinch up in the front. And then what I'm kind of thinking for like the skirt layer of it, I think we take all of our different kinds of yarn and we do a bunch of chaining, just chains that come down off of it, and they make just this like fabulous skirt. So obviously it's a skirt that I have to wear like on top of something else. It's just going to be a bunch of strings of yarn. Maybe like some places we'll do like 2 or 3 rows back and forth. Maybe a lot of it will just be like one singular chain. But I think I can mix all this yarn, and then I also have these beautiful glass beads. Okay, they say that they're glass, but low key I think that they're plastic, but they literally say glass beads, but who knows. We can take these glass beads and also have some like strings of like beads hanging down. And then for the actual pouches, I do want to have pouches hanging off of this. I think we're going to have 3 pouches. One that is made specifically for my phone, one that is for the trinkets I'm going to be giving away, and then one for the trinkets that I'm going to be receiving. In this video, we are going to be going to the Indiana Renaissance Fair. I did go to the Indiana Renaissance Fair a few years ago, but it apparently has totally changed. It's at like a whole new location. It's supposed to be a lot bigger. So my point in bringing this up is I don't know how popular trinket trading is at the Indiana Renaissance Fair. I did do some trinket trading last time, kind of, but only I think 2 other people were trading trinkets. So it's mainly just me giving out trinkets. But like that's my favorite part anyways. So like even if no one's really trinket trading, I'm still going to be bringing my tiny duckies to give to anyone that I see at the Indiana Renaissance Fair. Let's start with some measurements. Isn't this adorable? It's like a little measuring tape, and watch. Maybe making the corset, I might make it like that wide, just like 6 or 7 inches, something like that. And we're just gonna run with it. Today's Wednesday and I'm going to the fair on Sunday. So like I've got time, right, to get this done. I think, maybe, kind of, I hope. Looks about right. I think I'm going to do single crochet for the corset, and I think I am going to do the first few rows crocheted normally, and then I think once I put in the little holes for our, you know, cinching corset string to go through, I think after that I'm going to switch to doing a back loop only crochet to give it kind of like a ridged look. I think that's going to be really, really pretty. To create the little holes that our string is going to go through to cinch up our corset, I am just chaining 1. I am skipping 1 hole and then single crocheting into the next hole and the next hole after that, and then repeating another chain 1, skip 1, and do single crochet and single crochet. So now we're going to have like these 4 holes that I think I can use to like cinch up my corset. If you've never done back loop only or front loop only crochet before, this is like the look that it ends up giving it, and I love it so much. I like think that this is going to look really cool as like the little corset belt thing. And for this, I'm just doing single crochets in the back loop only, and it gives it that like ridged effect. If you did my pumpkin tutorial last year, 2 years ago, was the pumpkin tutorial 2 years ago? It was the same idea. I thought about doing half double crochet with this, but I want it to be like really tight together. I honestly just need it to be like really strong, because it probably is going to be like holding a decent amount of weight. So I wanted this material to be like really, you know, snug and not super airy. Now, I think that the pouches will also be pretty like snugly made, but then everything else, like all of the frilly, flowy decorations, that'll all be more like loose crocheted and pretty airy, I believe. Oh, I feel like there's something that we need to talk about that I don't really even know how to talk about on this channel. We don't talk about like triggering topics at all. I feel like the world is just too scary of a place, and everyone needs a little safe corner of the internet where, you know, you can go and hang out, and we're not going to be talking about the atrocities, you know, happening in the world. We're not going to be talking about any of the scary stuff or the stuff that keeps us up at night. We're just going to be doing something cozy and crafty and fun. And so I will give you a trigger warning for death if you would not like to hear this part of the video. That is completely understandable. I will put a marker at the bottom of where you can skip ahead to if you do not want to hear this part of the video, which once again is completely understandable. If you guys saw my post last week about why we didn't do our Monday live stream this past week, I think you already know where I'm going, but I just feel like I need to tell you guys kind of what happened this past week, just in case I do seem off, you know, at all in this video, because I am going to be doing my best in this video. I am going to be putting on a smile. I'm going to be crafting. I'm going to be doing my best to enjoy this beautiful day and this beautiful life, because I think more than anything, every time I lose someone, it's just like a reminder of just how fleeting life is and how short life is and how we need to do our best to enjoy every day. And I think that's part of how we honor the people that we've lost, is by just doing our best to enjoy every day. But that doesn't mean that we are not still really sad. And this week has been very, very difficult. I lost one of my oldest and dearest friends to a cancer that she did not know she had until about 48 hours before she passed away. And it's been awful. And I honestly probably should have started filming this video a few days ago, because I'm trying to crochet a lot for the Ren Faire this weekend, but I have not had it in me to film the last few days. And I barely have it in me today, if I'm honest with you. I think it's going to be a long road of grieving, as grieving usually is. But that doesn't mean that I am not going to continue to show up here and in my life every day with a smile and with optimism, and do my best to enjoy every single day that I am given on this earth. Because nobody really knows, you know, how long we get to be here making things and soaking up the sun and listening to the birds. And I'm extremely thankful for all of it. And so I am going to keep showing up every day with a smile on my face. But for the next few weeks, if my smile does feel just a little bit off, that's just kind of what I've been going through. And I felt like I would be doing a disservice to you guys and to my own ability to show up authentically online, and honestly, even to my friend's memory, if I didn't at least kind of tell you guys, you know, what's been going on. Okay, if I set you guys on the edge of the treehouse, can you promise me that you're not gonna fall? Don't fall. All right, we're looking good, we're looking good. Welcome to the treehouse. I know a lot of y'all have seen this in so many other videos. I love the treehouse. We built this 21 years ago. Actually, I guess it's probably been 22 years now, 22 years ago. But just last fall, we built the stairs up to the treehouse, because it used to just have this like terrifying ladder that went up to the treehouse. And now it is like super cozy. Oh no, okay, good. I thought I about dropped my hook through the cracks of the treehouse. Then I would have had to go back down to get it, but I didn't. Woohoo! Anyways, like I was saying, last fall we built these beautiful stairs that we just walked up to the treehouse, and it is so much nicer than the terrifying old ladder that used to be up to the treehouse. Wow, that kind of changes in sizes. As you can tell, I did not count, but it's okay. As we say with our Renaissance Fair projects, it being imperfect kind of adds to the vibe, right? Okay, I thought I had like so much more left to go, but it's a corset and it's yarn, and it stretches. So I actually think that we are done. I went ahead and did the holes on the other side. I think eventually I'm going to do some sort of like a chain or something with yarn to like cinch it up, but I really want to just see how it looks cinched up. So to start, I'm just cutting a string, just a little piece of this green cotton yarn. Let's find the holes. How in the world do I do this? You would think I would know how to lace up corsets by now, y'all. I think I need to make my little eyelets more clear. I think I need to go in and like crochet around them so I can really see easily where I'm going to be threading my yarn through. But all we need to know right now is, in general, is this corset going to fit? If it fits, then I can start to go in and add like everything else to it. But if it doesn't fit right, I'll need to like redo part of it. I think it's gonna fit. My worry was that I actually made it too big, that I might need to like take some of it out. But I think that we're good. I think that's perfect, right? Is that kind of perfect? Okay, so here's what I'm kind of thinking from here. I'm kind of thinking I take this dark green and I do like a border along the bottom and the top of the corset. And then whenever I do like the layer with this around the bottom and the top, I'm thinking at the bottom, I want to do like one row of single crochet all the way around. And then maybe, this hammock I'm hitting. And then maybe I might do some sort of like loops around the whole bottom, and the loops are what I can add the tassels to. So the skirt is basically going to be like a skirt of tassels, and then I'll add bags. And the bags, how heavy the bags are is going to depend if I end up adding straps to it or if it's just like a corset belt versus a corset shirt. Okay, I like it, Picasso. I think I'm really, really gonna like the green border around it. It's like really, really pretty. It's so difficult though if you've ever like crocheted along the edge of something where you're not actually going into like individual holes. You know how hard it is to like keep it all just kind of even. That's kind of the goal, right? Just to like evenly space out your stitches, even when there's like not really a hole to go into, or sometimes you have two in one hole and you have to like skip a little bit of an area. Just making it like kind of as even as I can make it. But once again, once I add all of the details onto this and we have all the tassels, I mean, this is gonna be far from perfect, but like in the best way possible. This corset is going to be made for the queen of the forest, which is me, obviously. I really should start making OCs. OCs, if you don't know, means original character. So like a lot of people when they go to Renaissance festivals, they won't just be like, I'm a fairy. They'll be like, I'm a fairy and my name is Madame Tulip Pants. I don't know why that's the first name that came into my brain, but apparently Madame Tulip Pants is a character now. But they'll have like an entire story and they'll know like their character's lore and where they're from and what their mission is, and it's just so much fun. It's really fun too if you do it like with friends and you like all kind of have like your characters and they kind of all go together, whether that's like characters that you're cosplaying from like a movie or a TV show or a book. Like you could totally do like all of like the Fourth Wing characters or ACOTAR characters or even like Game of Thrones characters, but you could also make it up. Or if you're somebody who plays D&D, you could go with your D&D crew and you could like actually go to the Ren Faire as your D&D characters. I feel like you could even do it inspired by magic. If you're somebody like me who loves playing Magic the Gathering, I feel like you could find kind of like a card from your deck that you really, really like. Maybe you just love the artwork, maybe you like the spells that this card does, and then you could base your character off of that character from that card. That would be really, really cool. I think for this weekend's Ren Faire, I'm going to have like an actual character. I think I am just going to be a druid. I'm just going to have my earth magic, and I'm going to be whimsical, probably leaning a little bit more towards fairy rather than elf this time. Kind of feeling like it's a fairy weekend. Also, this weekend for the Indiana Ren Faire is the fantasy weekend, which I'm really excited about. So you don't have to go by like the themes of the weekends. You can wear anything you want any weekend, but they do usually have themes. Common themes will be like fantasy, pirates, Vikings, Celtic. Like they have like so many different types of themed weekends. And so it's fun, like if you are someone who knows that you want to go like dressed as a pirate, it's really fun to go like on the actual pirate weekend, and then you're dressed up like a pirate and a lot of other people are dressed up like pirates, and a lot of the vendors who like to dress up also will really dress up like based on what that weekend is. And most vendors at most Ren Fairs are there like for the entirety of the month. If the Ren Fair is like 1 month or 2 months, most of the vendors are there for the whole thing. But there are some vendors that just come for like a weekend or two. Like at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, there's literally this one little part of the road that's only for people who are there for that one weekend. So they're not like permanent vendors, they're just there for like a weekend. So sometimes for like the themed weekends, you'll see specific vendors. So like the last time I went to the Indiana Renaissance Festival a couple years ago, I went on the fantasy weekend as well, which was awesome since I am usually always dressed fantastical. And some of the things that I bought were actually at booths where they only had the booth for that weekend, for fantasy weekend, because they were selling specifically fantasy things. So it can be worth it to take a look at the theme, but it's not like absolutely necessary. Like if you can only go on fantasy weekend, bug in my face. Oh my gosh, wait, side note. Earlier, I had a gnat fly into my nose and I like swore it was my nose. And I literally went and like blew my nose and there was the gnat. There was the gnat. I literally found the gnat that was in my nose, but he's gone now, which is a good thing for both of us. Anyways, so you could definitely like take a look at the theme of the weekend, but don't let that like deter you from going. Like if you really, really want to go as a pirate, but then like the only weekend you can go is the fantasy weekend, don't let that deter you. You can go and dress as a pirate or a fairy or an elf or a Viking, like any weekend that you want to go. It just can be fun. There might be like more events and things that kind of like line up with your character. We are officially now in day 2 of working on my like corset belt skirt thing, and it is coming along so well. Can you guys hear me? I feel like these chimes are going to be like way too loud. Let me move. It finally stopped raining. It has been raining like most of the day. I have been just hanging out inside and working on my little corset belt thing. I actually worked on it a lot last night too around the fire. I meant to film, but then I just got so distracted by just kind of relaxing by the fire and like taking it all in. But last night around the fire, I got the border done around the outside of that green. And then today I added one more layer at the bottom where I left kind of bigger holes here. And that is, I think, what I'm going to use to attach all my tassels. I've been just like starting to like play with it. I put one tassel back here that's just made out of like a chain, a crochet chain. And then I also want to do some tassels that are made out of like macrameing with beads. Like I think that's gonna be so beautiful once I get it all done. And what we're working on right now, my goal to get done for tonight, is going in and doing all of the eyelets. Now for this, I am just using a darning needle. I actually just ran out to the store to grab a darning needle because I did not have one with me. And I'm cutting, you know, medium length of string. And I'm going in and I'm finding where we left our bigger holes. So whenever I was making this waist belt thing, I did leave 5 bigger holes. They're not perfectly spaced out, but they're like decently spaced out. So, you know, we're just doing the best we can. Yesterday, I was going through some of my grandma's old jewelry, and not only did I find this beautiful necklace that I love so much, but I also found some cord, some like leather cord in with her jewelry, and this is so perfect. It's perfect for our outfit. It's perfect for the little like tie on top of my bag. It's perfect for like the cinching up of the corset belt thing. It's perfect. Now I do apologize. I have been working a lot on this since I've talked to you guys last. I honestly have just been struggling a lot over the last few days, you know, with all the recent loss, and I haven't felt super in the right mindset to be filming. But I really wanted to show you guys what I'm working on and show you the next part of the plan and start to put it all together, because we only have, I think, 2 days until the Ren Fair, and tomorrow I'm busy like all day. So I'm going to do my best to get it done today if I can. I think you've basically seen the fully updated part of like the corset belt. I did finish all of the little eyelets. They're not like perfectly spaced or anything, but I think they look pretty good. I haven't added on any more tassels, I don't think, since you guys have seen them, but I'm so excited to continue adding all of like our skirt tassels today. The thing that I did work on this morning were pouches. So I want to have a pouch for my phone, for my wallet, for my trinkets I'm giving away, and for my trinkets that I might be receiving. Once again, I don't know if people at the Indiana Renaissance Festival are going to be trading trinkets, but I'll have a pouch for trinkets that I'll be given just in case. This is my phone pouch, and I actually found a bunch of buttons in the closet of my childhood bedroom, like so many buttons. So I grabbed 2 big buttons that didn't match, of course, because that makes it more fun. And I made it to perfectly fit my phone. I do still have to attach this to the waist belt thingy. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that yet, but I need to like make sure it's like really, really secure. I currently don't have Becca, my chicken purse, with me, and I don't have my Plarn purse with me that has like the vines growing out of it, and those 2 are usually my Renaissance Festival purses. So my goal with all the little pouches on my waist belt thing is to not have to carry a purse. I think all I really need is my wallet and my phone and my trinkets. So the next thing that I made is this little cinch bag for my wallet. Now I started out by using jute, what I'm macrameing with, and I crocheted it into this little bag, and I really, really love the way that like this double texture looks. Honestly, y'all, once I got to about here, the jute was hurting my hands so much, because if you crochet, you know that when you're crocheting, the yarn or the string or the jute, whatever, is being continuously pulled on your finger, and oh my gosh, this is so much harsher than yarn. And so when I got this far in, I was like, I'm gonna have to take a break. And then I grabbed this yarn for something, and I thought, ooh, that looks good together. What if I just mix it? And now the like mixed medium I'm kind of obsessed with like the jute, the yarn, even like the leather tie, it looks so good. So it is just like a little cinch bag, and my wallet just like fits perfectly in here, so I don't have to worry about having any sort of purse or anything for my wallet. And I do need to obviously still attach this to my waist belt as well. Next, I need to decide what kind of little bags I'm making for my trinkets. The trinkets that I give away are tiny ducks, so I'm thinking I'm going to do like a single crochet little cinched up bag, and I'm thinking about using this green because I haven't really done anything with this green yet. I think that's gonna be really pretty. I feel like I'm at such a funny part of the project where I'm like so close to being done, but also so far from being done. Luckily, I have like a good chunk of like the big crochet things done. The only 2 things I have left to crochet that are like bigger things are the 2 pouches for my trinkets. And then I kind of just need to start making all of the tassels. So I think I'm gonna get my 2 bags done first and go ahead and attach all 4 of my bags, and then I can start to really plan out my tassels and see what's gonna look best. I think I'm going to do my little trinket bag just in the round, and sadly I think I'm gonna have to do it with single crochet, so this will take me a while. I'm probably gonna just turn on an audiobook, listen to some Taylor Swift. I don't know, I might go back inside and watch Wicked or something. I just finished watching the Barbie movie because, you know, I needed a good laugh and a good cry at the same time, so that's always a good choice for that. And I feel like Wicked is in a similar vein, you know, a good laugh, a good cry, get all in the feels. But I don't know, the weather is so beautiful. It's like 74 degrees, a light breeze, a little bit of cloudy overcast, so the sun's not too bright, but at the same time it's still shining. It really is a beautiful day. Maybe I'll just sit out here and crochet. It is finally the day of the Renaissance Festival, and my belt is finally completely done. My belt, bag, corset, skirt thing. We need a name for this. It needs a name. But the problem is, y'all, it's cold out. It's cold and it's rainy. Oh my goodness, normally I'd be so excited to have a cold Renaissance Festival, but today I'm not prepared with my layers like I normally am. So we are going to try to put together an outfit where I will not be absolutely freezing, but where I can still really show off my new crocheted skirt, waist, corset, belt, bag thing. I think I'm going to be able to wear this as like my base layer. So this is a green grass. green dress. Oh my gosh. This is a green dress that my mom had, and I'm wearing it on top of this brown skirt that I had. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have even more layers as my base layer. So I really am thinking about maybe layering this green shirt that was also mom's. Is that the vibe? Is that not the vibe? Gives me a lot of layers at the bottom, which is really cool. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm so excited. I think I am going to actually be able to wear the little crochet shrug that I made with the Tennessee Renaissance Fair last year, along with my waist belt corset thing. I think it's gonna look so good. I really want to put on like the waist belt thing for like the final reveal, like the big dramatic reveal at the very end, but I think I'm gonna go and put it on now. That way I can really get an idea of how the outfit looks together, and we'll still do a big grand reveal where I show you all the details later. I think I'm officially ready for the Ren Faire. I have on my little flower crown that I made. I have on this necklace and this necklace that were my grandma's. This necklace that I thrifted in LA. And then I have on this like tank top thing layered with this long sleeve dress. Both of those are my mom's. And then my brown skirt that I wear to almost every Renaissance fair. And then the main part of my outfit that I'm excited about, my crochet pieces. This is from last year's Renaissance Fair, as a lot of you know, whenever you guys chose my Ren Faire outfit last year. And then we have my belt that I am so excited about. This thing is seriously so cool. So this part of it is made out of crocheted pop tabs. This is for my phone. This is for my ducks. It is seriously so cool. And the biggest shout out ever to my mom, who helped me make all of these chains. Last night we were just like watching Gossip Girl, because I'm done with Gossip Girl, as a lot of you guys know, but my mom just started it, so she's on season 2. We just watched Gossip Girl and made all of these tassels. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to get a whole big spinning shot at the Renaissance Fair. Also, it is so muddy and so rainy. I think we're gonna have like an hour or two with no rains. We're gonna go just like walk around for an hour or two. I literally have my horse boots, my boots that I grew up wearing whenever I used to ride horses. So I'm going to be wearing those to the Ren Faire, because hopefully they will be able to survive the mud. So with all that said, let's go to the Indiana Renaissance Fair. We really thought that we timed it to where we weren't gonna be here when it was raining, but alas, it is raining. It is absolutely beautiful here though. This Renaissance Fair is out at this like farm. Look at how gorgeous this is. Is that like a drum circle happening over there? I'm not sure what's happening. I cannot even imagine how beautiful it would be to be here on like a non-rainy day. I feel so bad for the vendors, because the vendors are over here down this road, but this part is paved. Over there is muddy. We might try to brave it in a little bit. I found a good place to prop up my phone, and we wanted to do a full fit check. So you guys saw my fit at the house, but now you have to see my parents' fit checks. Here's mom's fit. Mom is also a druid with a little bit of pirate inspo. And what are your trinkets that you're giving out?
A little key to a treasure chest.
And then we have toss a coin to your witcher. I've got some coins to toss to the witcher. He doesn't have his sword with him right now, because it's actually at our house in Nashville. Last year he had like a sword across his back, but he can use the umbrella this time. On guard. It is rainy and it is wet, but honestly, it's really beautiful. Looks like a show is happening over here. Let's find out.
Thank you.
Is that a bird? It's still raining, but it's raining less, so I'm not gonna have my umbrella right now.
Walk through like 4 tambourines.
Wallet one. This isn't being weighed down too much.
That's really cute there.
Duckies, I mean. Are we doing it?
One left.
Okay, let's figure out a way to get around this a little bit. So we gotta go check out the shops. Coffee sounds good. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's not bad. still along the edge. I'm about to get to the point of no return. I think mud just came into my shoe. Ah! Imagine how nice this would be on a nice day. We were just talking about how like everyone here is in costume, and usually whenever you're at a Renaissance fair, it's like maybe 30-40% of people in costume, and probably the majority of people not in costume. And Dad said
only the
ride or dies are
ride or
here.
die are here.
If you're here in the mud, you are a serious Ren Faire goer. Ride or die, and you're coming in your full gear. Dad even met another Witcher. I just made my first purchase. I'm so excited. Look at this. Look how gorgeous this is. I got it from So Said Sarah. I will tag their Instagram below. They do all this like wire wrapping and stuff, and it has like a key, and it has like deer antlers. And you guys know that at Ren Fairs I'm usually wearing deer antlers. Oh my gosh, walking through this mud is insane. Hold on. I'm trying to talk to you guys while walking through this mud. Oh, music. Let's go see some music. I know that I love my Crocs, but I'm so thankful I'm not wearing my Renaissance Fair Crocs today, because this would be so uncomfortable, because it's also really cold out. It's only like 50 degrees right now. So family, how was the fair? Yeah, we got some food to go because we are cold and it's rainy and we are hungry. So we got like a grilled ham and cheese kind of sandwich and fries.
And grilled chicken and bacon.
Oh, is that what you got?
Yeah.
Yum. Well, awesome. Rather than the rain and the chilliness and the mud, it was honestly perfect. And there were so many crochet tents here. I've never seen that many crochet vendors at a fair. So it was pretty cool. Really fun fair.